Cancel culture is literally what it sounds like. It's you trying to take somebody down, and there's like a certain type of either like accomplishment from it and joy from it. Now, mind you, from what we've seen, especially with like the Me Too movement, there's a lot of positive stuff that comes out of it. Some
Big
of these,
time.
like fucking, what's his name? Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah.
Fucking creep.
I mean, the great thing that came out of that is we all know like shit like this goes down in Hollywood or in the corporate world or whatever. Like, people use their position of power to rape women or whatever. And it's like out now. And it's like, oh shit.
Some interesting comments that I remember that I read was when we were talking about the whole Bill Cosby thing, and we actually know somebody where you guys mentioned this story to me, where there was that story about the hairstylist, the makeup artist that was talking about how
back in the day she got harassed by Bill Cosby. Yeah,
he straight up came up and grabbed her.
Yeah, he clawed her boob.
Yeah,
and then he was like, "There's nothing you can fucking do about it."
Yeah. And I don't think a lot of people understand, because there was a couple of comments where they mentioned, well, if you guys knew this stuff, you guys should have said something. It's like,
me?
Well, yeah. It's like, well, first of all, that was a hearsay story that we heard through somebody else.
Yeah, it's not fact.
It's not fact.
Yeah, this is something that I heard.
Yeah, so this is something that we heard from somebody else. So it's already a watered down account that came through two other people. So we're not out here to ruin somebody's career on something based on a hearsay.
Yeah.
Right. And this is generally what happens too.
Yeah.
And obviously for me too, like Bill Cosby, I didn't want to believe that shit.
Yeah.
I adamantly defended that dude.
I mean, I even had hearsay about Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah.
One of my buddies, he's a producer in Vietnam. And Harvey Weinstein, his company was they would license movies, Asian movies, and then release it here in the States, right?
Yeah.
So he had a trip out in whether it was Hong Kong or whatever. But one of his actors had an opportunity to work with him because he was seeking her out specifically. So after the meeting with him, they were like, "Oh, you want to talk about like your role?" And then she was like, "Sure." So they went up to his office or hotel room or whatever it was. And then she came down and she's like, "Fuck that guy. I'm never going to work with him." And then she never got the role. She never got an opportunity. But basically she told everybody like, yeah, that guy just tried to fucking creep on me. And he just said like, "You want the role?" Like, fuck.
Yeah.
So then I already knew like, this is like 2008.
Oh, that's fucking
when
crazy.
I heard this story. 2008 or 2009. So it was like long fucking time ago, man. And but it's funny that everybody in the industry knew these things, or who has met him, and how open he was. So the problem is, I think everyone fucking knew. A lot of people knew because he was like invincible.
There's a lot of fear in I have a friend too who not too long ago experienced not to that extent, but she kind of experienced how somebody can use their power over them in entertainment because it's highly career based, right? So for example, so she does like makeup and like award and all that other stuff, right? So how it was kind of explained to me is this. It goes, okay, so your job. So for me, it's my job to dress up this actor or whatever, right? And this actor on set has all this power. So mind you, if this actor's not happy, he feels upset, this whole film is based on this person, and it doesn't go through, then well, everybody's fucked. Yeah. So it's beyond just her job that's on the line.
Yeah, career's on the line. And if this actor is like thrown off his moment, like let's say like he has a bad experience with I don't know, like the makeup artist. Yeah. And then he gets upset and he doesn't want to do his role, or he can't perform well because now he's just so upset at how rude that makeup artist was. Then it's like you just fucked up the whole day for everybody.
Yeah. So for like in her case, it was kind of to the point where he clearly was making a lot of like sexual advances at her, and she was brushing him off, whatever. She was handling it very well because she has experience. She has experienced this before. Yeah. But how she was explained to me was this. She goes, "Well, let me put it to you like this," because I asked her like, "Well, you fucking just tell him to fuck off." She goes, "Well, David, it's not that easy, because you have to think about it like this. I come in, I say, hey, don't do this, blah, 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 blah. I feel really uncomfortable with you." He gets pissed off. When it comes time for me to dress him up, which I guess like this has happened to her before on a smaller scale, he goes, I don't like this shit. You're not doing your job right. Fuck this. Like, I'm not acting today. I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
It gets put on her. She loses her job.
Yeah.
Then she's going to have even a harder time booking another job because she's known as the person that sucks on job and just pisses actors off. So this is the type of power that they have over people. And I didn't really think about that. And these people in position, they fucking know it.
Yeah.
They fucking know it too. And I never had that perspective before because in my mind, I was just saying, yo, why don't you just stand up for yourself and tell the dude to fuck off? It's like, it's not that easy because these people are the gatekeepers to another job or another job opportunity.
That's why it's nice that things are catching up to them.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, all the people that you fucking did wrong, all the people that like couldn't stand up to you.
Yeah.
Now it's catching up, motherfucker. It's nice. It's nice to watch.
Yeah.
Because it's almost like payback's a bitch, motherfucker.
Yeah, it really is though, man. And I feel like a lot of people did get away with a lot because they knew nobody was going to say shit or it just seems so far-fetched to a lot of people.
Yeah.
And even for me, it seemed far-fetched. Like it was just a story, but it didn't like sit in my stomach as something real. Right? So somebody would tell me these stories. I'm like, yeah, I could see that happening. But like for us, like it's already watered down by the time it comes to us.
Yeah.
So we whistle blow. Who the fuck is going to listen?
Right. I mean, like, fuck, like the whole R. Kelly shit came out.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of things been happening. And we know some people that's like old school Hollywood. Like they've been in since like the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
Right. Like, and what I hear is that today, a lot of people are scared in many ways. Scared because like the internet fucking going digital and things like that is putting mad pressure. Like there's no feature film industry anymore.
Yeah.
It's like unless they're making a fucking big blockbuster thing or a Marvel movie, like there's no middle budget. It's either independent companies doing digital content or Netflix produced things. There's really no film industry. Everything's moving to TV or digital or whatever. And so their careers are on the line. Not only that, like a lot of these actors, these powerhouse actors, they're aging.
Yeah.
And then there's no next generation really that can stand up to par to these guys.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of shifts happening. And on top of that, now with the Me Too movement, now with all this like people going against the fraudulent Hollywood world, there's so many things that are like the old guard is going to change.
Yeah.
It's an interesting time, man. And so there's so much pressure. They don't have as much as they used to have. Like now it's tainted, like the secret's out. A lot of shit's going to start surfacing.
Yeah. And new media kind of opened up this gateway because of you don't have to tell just one person and that person who doesn't believe you. It doesn't have to be like that, right?
Yeah.
So let's say you told somebody who's very significant about this problem and they just don't believe you. Well, that's kind of just how it ends, right? They're
Right.
like,
Back in the day.
yeah, it's like, well, I needed to tell this executive that this happened, but they don't believe me. Then that's the end of the story.
Now
But
you could get everybody on your side.
Yeah.
And that's what's cool about it.
build your case. And like the whole Cosby thing, if it was just one woman that told somebody within that circle that this is, they're like, no, that's not Bill. What the fuck are you talking
But
about?
at 10 pop out, they're like, I've been quaaluded.
Yeah.
You know?
like 30 or 50. Like
it's crazy.
it's kind of hard to deny at this point.
What sucks about it though is the people who take advantage of movements.
Yeah.
And then it kind of discredits it because during the Me Too movement, there were women that were using it and falsely accusing guys that never raped them or whatever.
Yeah.
But since people were just so heightened,
It's that Bob mentality.
they're like, fuck it, I don't care if he's, innocent or not. Let's get him.
Fucking burn him.
And that's when it went too far. Because
Yeah.
it was like, oh man, no, like now I could, like, I'm all for justice, but like we can't treat everyone like Frankenstein, like it's, that's fucked up.
Yeah, it got really weird too, especially with somebody put this out. I forgot it was on Twitter, but I agree with this 100%. And I kind of wanted to do a video on this, but because she explained it so well, there was really no point.
Yeah.
But she kind of warned women of a lot of other women who are in guise of somebody who is there in support for females, but they're really not.
No.
Right. And so this kind of goes hand in hand. And she used Kim Kardashian as an example.
Yeah.
Right. So she is this woman that says, girls, it's all about you, be badass. It's all, all this other stuff. But her actions speak otherwise in terms of this. Like, you suck the dude's dick to get where you're at.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So are you a part of this Me Too movement? You're really not. But, for somebody like that, they're trying to capitalize on this movement to make them look good.
Yep.
So they are not I guess, quote unquote, I hate this word, but an ally. They are somebody who's using that movement in benefit of them, right?
Yep.
So you sucked your dick all the way to the top, right? You're telling women you should love the way that you are, but you have ass implants, tit implants, whatever that you have. You have Botox, got your lips pumped.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck are you saying? Like,
That's not all natural.
yeah, like how are you telling these women to be comfortable with who you are and love yourself when you're the person who has the financial means to change any part of your body wherever you want because you actually don't love the way that you look?
Yeah.
And people don't have access to that shit. So
that's crazy she would say shit like that.
Yeah, and expect to get burned.
Yeah.
Like, who the fuck are you? You know?
That blows my mind.
Yeah, so, obviously when Kim Kardashian, she was like trying to hop onto that Me Too movement, she got flamed for it. She got fucking flamed
as she
for it.
should.
Yeah.
As well as other people who's taken opportunities, because what happens is, like, let's say there was an actress and she's like, fuck it, I'll suck a dick.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I've said it before.
Yeah.
If I could get on a movie, I'll suck the shit out of Jackie Chan's dick. Put me on Rush Hour motherfucking 10, dude. I don't give a fuck.
He's in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
She's spinning him around in the chair.
But, I mean, all jokes aside, right? Like, there is a woman that was cool with it. That was like, fuck it, I'll do it. It's
Yeah.
going to get me to the top. But then what ends up happening is, like, now dudes like Weinstein are like, oh shit, it was that easy? Well, I could do it again. Maybe they all down. Maybe a lot of women are cool to do this shit.
Yeah, like I feel like those women that try to hop on that Me Too movement, like you're not a part of that movement because you used whatever your body, your sexuality to get what you want out of that situation. It was a barter thing.
Right.
You traded something for something else.
You got what you wanted, and now you're on the top.
Yeah.
But how can you say that to other women and support them when you basically prostituted yourself?
Yeah, and for them it wasn't like that. They
Yeah.
were told the other way around. It goes, you do this or you won't have this job.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a completely different situation.
That's like a drug dealer that's like joining all the people like, yeah, fair and square, work hard. And it's like, well, yeah, you did work hard for drug dealing, but at the same time, man, like you're not paying taxes and you're not doing what the rest of the people are doing.
Yeah.
So you can't march with us. It's not the same.
It's not the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
I think when people want to talk about cancel culture, the problem with it is now it's like it's become a sport and a hobby to shut people down.
It's
Like-
that crab mentality, right? Like, let's pull down the guy on the top so
Yeah.
we could use them to climb on top.
You're like, we got to cancel this person.
Yeah.
We got to kill. Like, who the fuck are you? And the problem that I have with that is like, people are walking around like your shit does not fucking stink. Like your shit's the same as my shit. It's poop, baby. We all poop and it all fucking stinks.
I love how people want to be so like I'm gonna take the moral higher ground, but then like they're such fucking hypocrites, dude.
Yeah. Like I'm getting so sick of that. Like I understand we are all hypocrites to a certain extent, but people are trying to burn some other human beings as if they haven't done worse. Like remember the guy with the whole the Chinese dress thing?
Yes.
That fucking Asian fuck.
Yes, that fucker was like, my culture's not a costume, right? But then they found all these old tweets, and he's using the N-word, like calling people like these black people this and that, and
like derogatory way too.
Yeah,
it's like, who the fuck do you think you are, man?
I know, and that's hilarious, man. It's hilarious.
It's that biblical saying, man. Let the first person without sin cast the first stone, motherfucker.
Or in Dave Chappelle's, he who is without sin, cast the first stone, and I shall smoketh it. Cast the first rock. Remember?
Oh, fucking Tyrone Biggums.
Tyrone Biggums, man.
That's what I'm saying, man. And it's if you are going to roast somebody for doing something terrible in their past that they've learned from, then you should be able to reflect that upon yourself too. It's like, okay, take a look at your past, right? Did you learn from it? Did you grow? And if you're so comfortable going ahead and judging somebody else, then you damn well should be comfortable for somebody else checking out your tweets or whatever you've done in the past and judge you for it as well.
That shit just recently happened to Andrew Zimmern.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, like he basically said that Asian restaurants in the Midwest taste like horse shit or whatever, along the lines of that. But he said they're horse shit, right?
Yeah.
Which I don't disagree with. Being an Asian person who's ate at a lot of Midwest restaurants compared to Asia, compared to LA, compared to areas that are predominantly Asian, if that is the standard, I would consider it horseshit.
Yeah. Wait, was this, where did he say this at?
It was on his It was on his new show. It's not Bizarre Foods. It's another one.
Yeah, so he said it on the show, and then people were upset about that.
Yeah, and you know what? I mean, like, even